And we are recording. Well, it's been 2 years and I'm starting another lesson. This lesson is called Dangerous Pets in Your House. Welcome to Lesson 12. A personal zoo. Children often dream of having exotic creatures living in their houses such as tigers, elephants, or even dinosaurs. However, these half-baked ideas are not welcomed by parents. The innate danger of a wild animal can be seen by the evolutionary fangs, claws, venom, and crushing power of these untamed beasts. However, people continue to adopt dangerous pets such as pythons, spiders, and crocodiles. Often the end result is releasing these animals into the forest or the vehicles of ex-girlfriends as a joke. Home protection is no monkey business. Next slide. Key vocabulary. Half-baked. If you say half-baked, it means not completely thought out, or lacking mature judgment. Why are these capitalized? I don't know. John has a half-baked idea about how to recycle old newspapers into food, although it's not really his idea because he probably saw it on the news about the Chinese man that was making bread out of old newspapers. But that turned out to be fake, so he decided to turn it into reality. The town council is in trouble for implementing half-baked road construction projects that wasted taxpayer dollars. This owl would make a bad house pet, probably because he'd run around eating and destroying everything. Next slide. Innate. Innate means existing from birth. Natural ability. The innate beauty of roses is what makes them so attractive. Susan is interested in the innate strength of the new grizzly bear she purchased. The grizzly bear's innate instinct to destroy everything caused Susan's house and vehicle to become shredded into pieces. Susan's had a bad day. The innate fat and calorie content of fast food makes it an unattractive choice for those wanting to lose weight. Untamed. Untamed means with savageness, not calm nor sophisticated. The untamed bear ate Susan's kitchen. After the bear ate the kitchen, it wandered into the untamed forest. It got lost in the forest, but it found a group of even more untamed bears to hang out with. This bear is wild. You see, Susan's had a really bad day. First she buys a bear, then it destroys everything in her house, then it destroys her kitchen, then it wanders into the forest without saying thank you or anything. Pets as security. Dangerous pets can provide tangible benefits. One such benefit is protection of the home. Burglars can meddle with one's belongings in an unprotected home. The presence of a dangerous animal can cause intruders to think twice before entering a property, especially if the animal happens to be a terrifying flying dinosaur that breathes fire, offers a barrage of venom, and shoots killer bees at anything that moves. This profound idea could save a homeowner from a robbery. This hawk is watching the house for burglars. Tangible. Tangible means can be touched with hands, not fake or existing in real life. The tangible nature of gold makes it an attractive, safe currency. Judge Green dismissed the case due to a lack of tangible evidence. The trees are tangible, whereas ideas are not. If this rock hit a person in the head, the tangible nature of it will be felt. Meddle means to interfere without permission. The principal of the school was meddling with the curriculum to promote his cult. The principal was executed by the school board for meddling with the school system, and the entire school board was executed by the government for meddling with the principal. Now that is a happy ending. Jim meddled with the Bible to incorporate some of his new ideas. Barrage. A barrage is that's totally a mistake. Is an overwhelming quantity, or a lot of attacking at once. For example, The barrage of birds created a lot of noise in the school. Nobody knows how the birds entered the school, but it is hypothesized that a barrage of men carrying bird seeds into the teacher's lounge is the reason. The school principal unleashed a barrage of punishment upon the men. This is the barrage of geese. Now, we have a lot of geese in our country, and they run around and they just make a big mess, and they're kind of annoying. Profound. Profound is deep thought or going beyond the obvious. The profound message from the speech caused John to start a new business. The new business had a profound impact on the local economy. When Jim burned his business to the ground one day, the community was profoundly affected. Bees have a profound impact on the ecosystem. Alright, first argument. More animals are better. The safety of a house is enhanced by the greater number of dangerous animals inside and surrounding the premises. Homes that lack an army of tigers and wolves will certainly be at risk of a robbery. Just imagine the value that a person would lose if a burglar could enter a house and steal any items at will. The presence of a massive bear would scare any intruder into leaving at once. The safety concerns are non-existent. With proper care, many protective animals can be kept inside a house as long as they are properly fed and cared for. In addition, the homeowner can take precautions such as wearing body armor and special helmets to prevent any injury. Well, here's the opposite argument. Dangerous animals should be left in the jungle. The idea of having an army of dangerous animals in the house is completely insane. Wearing body armor and constantly having to feed a herd of lions is not worth the possible protection from burglars. It is entirely possible that the animals will become tame and will let burglars into the house without opposition. It is entirely possible that the animals are simply too dangerous. The ability of body armor is limited against a large bear, for instance. The animals should be left in the wild where they belong. It is unintelligent and careless to try to raise wild animals in a house. It is much better to use proper security and modern weapons to prevent burglars from robbing a premises. Now we got 6 questions. Number 1. Explain why half-baked ideas should not be relied upon for important decisions. What are some untamed animals? If one is meddling with you, is that good? List some dangers of having animals in the house. If something has a profound impact, is it a big deal? List some alternatives to dangerous animals for the purpose of home defense. Okay. Number 1. Explain why half-baked ideas should not be relied upon for important decisions. Well, since a half-baked idea is at best 50% good, it should not be relied upon for any important decisions. Number 2. What are some untamed animals? There are probably millions of species, but for the sake of an example, untamed animals include wolves, bears, sharks, moose, tigers, and rats. If one is meddling with you, is that good? No, because meddling is not helpful. List some dangers of having animals in the house. It is possible to get bitten, clawed, or struck by one of the animals. In addition, snakes are capable of injecting venom into the homeowner. If something has a profound impact, is it a big deal? Well, a profound impact is a big deal. It is very important and has a large effect. And the last question. List some alternatives to dangerous animals for the purpose of home defense. Security systems, alarms, security personnel, and weapons are suitable alternatives to a herd of dangerous animals.